In a recent live interview, Deputy Prime Minister Angela Rayner found herself under intense scrutiny as she discussed Labour's housing strategy and immigration policies. The exchange has since become a focal point for debates on the party's approach to these pressing issues. During the interview, Rayner emphasized Labour's commitment to addressing the housing crisis, highlighting plans to build 1.5 million homes across the UK. She stated, "We can't carry on like this. We're not getting the development we need. We're not getting the houses we need." This assertion underscores Labour's recognition of the housing shortage and the need for substantial development to meet demand. However, the conversation took a challenging turn when the interviewer juxtaposed Labour's housing plans with its immigration policies. He pointed out that while Labour aims to build homes for millions, the party also supports policies that could lead to an influx of approximately 2.5 million migrants over the same period. He questioned, "Are you content that more than 5 out of 7 homes will go to immigrants?" This line of questioning sought to probe the feasibility of Labour's housing plans in the context of increased immigration. Rayner responded by asserting, "There's plenty of housing in the UK, but the houses." However, she was interrupted by the interviewer, who challenged the consistency of her statements, noting, "Hang on. You can't on one hand say, 'Let's build 1.5 million houses,' and then say there's plenty of housing already." This exchange highlighted a perceived contradiction in Rayner's remarks, as she simultaneously acknowledged a housing crisis while suggesting an adequate existing housing supply. Attempting to clarify, Rayner elaborated, "There is plenty of housing, Trevor, but there's not enough for the people who desperately need it. So the homes, especially under our social affordable housing, they will be there for people who desperately need them." This explanation aimed to distinguish between the overall housing stock and the availability of affordable housing for those in need. The interviewer persisted, stating, "This doesn't quite make sense. You start the interview by telling me there's a housing crisis. When I remind you that you have said yourself as a government we need 2.5 million migrants, some of them, by the way, are going to build this new housing. Suddenly, there's a lot of housing. Where are these people going to go?" This pressing inquiry sought to reconcile Labour's housing objectives with its immigration stance. Rayner acknowledged the challenges posed by previous reliance on migrant labour in construction and emphasized the need for a balanced approach. She stated, "We can't have a situation where newts are more protected than people who desperately need housing, and what we need is a process which says protect nature and wildlife, but not at the expense of us building the houses. We could do both." This comment underscored Labour's intent to balance environmental considerations with housing development. The interview has since sparked widespread discussion. Critics argue that Rayner's responses revealed inconsistencies in Labour's policy framework, particularly concerning the interplay between housing availability and immigration. They contend that acknowledging a housing crisis while supporting significant immigration levels may exacerbate housing shortages and strain public services. Supporters, however, defend Rayner's nuanced approach, asserting that she addressed complex issues with the necessary depth. They highlight the distinction between total housing stock and the availability of affordable housing, emphasizing Labour's commitment to ensuring that new developments cater to those most in need. Additionally, they argue that immigration can contribute positively to the economy, including the construction sector, and that effective policy can manage these dynamics. This exchange underscores the intricate balance policymakers must navigate when addressing interconnected issues like housing and immigration. It also highlights the challenges political leaders face in articulating comprehensive strategies that resonate with the public and withstand critical scrutiny. As the debate continues, it remains to be seen how Labour will refine its messaging and policy proposals to address these concerns. The party's ability to present a coherent and convincing plan that aligns housing development with immigration policy will be crucial in shaping public perception and garnering support. For viewers interested in the evolving discourse on housing and immigration policy, this interview serves as a pivotal moment, offering insights into the complexities and challenges inherent in governance.